Hello, my name is Jamie and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Unlike any other YouTube channel that showcases Pokemon Go PvP content, mine exclusively showcases Shadow Pokemon. So, if you're into that type of content, I'd appreciate if you could like and subscribe.
So, let's get into today's video. I'm quite slow on uploads because I have had a bad migraine for a couple of days, so I'm going to put out a video. It is a bit shorter than usual, but it is a pretty good one. We are rocking Double Legacy Shadow Charizard on Dragon Breath and Blast Burn, second move of Dragon Claw. We're also running Double Legacy Shadow Walrein, or Walrein as Onyx says, with Icicle Sphere, Powder Snow and Earthquake, and we've got the big thick boy in the back, Shadow Snorlax running Lick, Body Slam and Superpower. We are going to be doing these battles in the Open Ultra League because Shadows are so good in Ultra, we may as well fuck them XLs up, as you do. And we did go 7-3 with this team. I won one battle due to lag and I lost one battle due to lag. So we're not showing that nonsense. We're just going to show the 6-2 run. So without any further ado, let's get right into the battles. We will be leading Shadow Charizard for the duration of the video. And in game 1, we pick up the fucking pancake. This isn't ideal as Rock Slide would hit us for double super effective. We're running an ABB team, so we've got a save switch anyway. We save switch into the Walrus and they bring in a Charm A9. This motherfucker doesn't shield the Earthquake. They also attempt to commit to the farm down. Shame on you because I'm not baiting. Back-to-back Earthquake. See you fucking later. And they've got a Kofa Grigus in the back. We are going to spam out an Icicle Sphere. The Walrus, absolute monster. Now, we are in a bit of a tricky spot. Obviously, Snorlax has a good matchup here. However, the big thick boy is going to have to carry the teams. We come in with Zard. Going to tank a move on the chin. Shadow Zard doesn't give a fuck. And they switch out into the pancake. We obviously know they're going to try and throw a rock side, so we knew that swap was coming. We tank it on the chin. We're still in a rough spot. We're going to have to do some more catching. I am going to call the Earthquake. We correctly shield the Earthquake. This pancake is getting all the wrong calls. We are just going to spam out body slams as I don't want to lower my defense, but these licks are really adding up. I'm going to spam out yet another body slam. The opponent isn't shielding, but they are now super low. I'm going to once again shield up the Earthquake. If we correctly shield this, we're in a great spot. The opponent now switches out, so I'm going to bank an absolute bucket load of energy, and once again, we catch the charge move. You love to see it. We're running absolute rings around this opponent. We can now come in, we can lick down, and they just leave the match. So with 2 shields, save them for the World Championships body, and we're off to a 1-0 start. Moving on into the next battle. We pick up another lead against an A9. This one's on Powder Snow. So you can see in the Open Ultra League, every motherfucker abuses the XL system. We will lose that matchup as the Ice type moves hit Charizard for neutral and they obviously resist our Dragon type fast move. They switch out into a Scrafty, which isn't ideal. But if this stupid motherfucker doesn't shield this Earthquake, they are going to lose switch. So the Walrus is a fighting counter confirmed. They come back in with a Powder Snow A9. They are going to have to throw a Gleam to take us out. They throw a Weather Ball, which doesn't quite do the job. They are now going to throw another Weather Ball. This will take us out as they were scared of getting Earthquake. I am now going to realign my Pokemon. I bring in Snorlax and they throw 3 Powder Snows. So I'm pretty sure this is a Weather Ball, but apparently they've got a million energy. You love to see it. That's a Dazzling Gleam. I've watched this battle a few times. I've got absolutely no idea how they got that energy, but it is what it is. So we should have shielded up the Gleam. We do not. We are just going to spam out some body slams. Body slam does get a shield. We are going to lose CMP here, so now I am going to put faith in my Zard cleaning up. What could they possibly have in the back? In the back is yet another Bear Trap. This obviously isn't ideal. Rock Slide hits us for double super effective, but guess what, motherfucker? Blast Burn is going to one-shot. We are going to bait with the Dragon Claw. Does the opponent shield? Yes, they do. And hashtag get fucking wrecked. Blast Burn coming through. This will absolutely one-shot the Steel Fist. See you fucking later. We are going to have to tank a move here. And this is where you're going to see a misplay. I believe the Dragon Claw probably wouldn't KO from this range. But we are a Shadow and they are super low. So I probably should have just Dragon Clawed and took the match. But apparently I like to lose. So GG's to that Mr. XL abuser. Moving on into the next battle, we pick up a lead against a big fat turtle. Who the fuck runs this sort of turtle in the Open Ultra League? Apparently just this opponent to ruin my day. The water guns would absolutely shred our Charizard. We switch out into the Walrus and the opponent is staying in. I've got no idea why you'd stay in because we all know you're going to be on Hydro Cannon and Ice Beam and the Walrus resists absolutely all of that. So we tank 2 Hydro Cannons. on the chin. We get them into farm down range, and now it's apparent why they stayed in. They come in with a pancake of the Unova variety. They get baited, they shield up the icicle sphere, we commit to the earthquake, 1 HP and a dream, and that is a huge boom. So Walrus has took out almost 2 Pokemon and got shield advantage. We're now going to bring the big thick boy in, and the thick boy is just going to laugh because Unova Stunfisk really doesn't hit very hard. They can spam out these charge moves all day. We're going to commit to the lick down. The opponent makes a strange swap into the 1 HP Blastoise and they leave the match. So GG's and thanks for playing. Moving on into the next one, we pick up a lead against another Shadow Walrus. So we're going to catch the Icicle Sphere on our own Shadow Walrus. You love to see it. Stay in school, kids, learn to count. That is always my top tip. They now counter us with a counter user, and it is not just any counter user, it is Mr. Scrafty with its pop. So this is not ideal. We are going to spam out back-to-back Icicle Spheres to try and get this thing fairly low, which we managed to do here. Unfortunately though, we are going to lose Switch, and we are going to have to burn a shield on Charizard, as we really don't want to take a boosted foul play. So we come in, we're going to shield this up, as it would hurt like fuck, as we are Shadow and really squishy. We commit to the farm down, and we have now got quite a lot of loaded energy. So if the Walrus does return, we are likely to get a shield. They actually come in with a Jellicent. This isn't ideal. We're going to fire off a Dragon Claw, and we are going to look to catch the charge move on Snorlax. We are unsuccessful, but the opponent throws a charge move anyway. They debuff us with a Bubble Beam and come into the Walrus. So this is kind of tricky. We are now lowered in attack, so Superpower isn't quite as threatening. We are going to go straight for this Superpower though. Let's see if the opponent wants to shield. They do shield, so we're now 2 stage lowered on attack. You love to see it. But we are going to shield up this Icicle Sphere, and I still believe, being a Shadow, this Superpower should take out the Walrus. So Superpower comes through, takes him out. It actually doesn't quite take him out. It's not with Charizard. We're going straight for the resisted Blast Burn. This does fairly big damage, even resisted. The opponent is going to have to Shadow Ball us, but this noob likes to go for their bait. Bubble Beam doesn't quite do the job, and Charizard is going to clean up this match. So once again, we have pretty crap alignment, but we still managed to win the match. GG's and thanks for playing. Moving on into the next match, we actually see a Pokemon that isn't XL. Can you believe it? So as we're on an ABB team, we are trying to bait out the counter user. As we see it in the lead, we do need to try and be really careful and take it out with our Charizard. They come into a Charizard of their own. I soften it with a Dragon Claw and come into Snorlax. I believe this is just a Dragon Claw, so I don't shield it up. It is just a Dragon Claw. We now overfarm just a touch, and we fire off this Body Slam. This should take out the Charizard, and we should be able to make a Superpower against that Obstagoon. We will survive a Cross Chop. I know this IV on my Snorlax really well, so I'm going to Undertap and get off the Superpower. So knowing your IVs and your Pokemon does really help, because if I wouldn't have Undertapped, I would have got taken out by the next counter, like you see. So we do manage to take a shield, and I am now going to go straight for this Blast Burn. The opponent has shielded once. I hope they let it go, but do they fucking bollocks? So I'm deciding I'm just going to put faith in the Walrus, cleaning up with 2 shields. I am going to have to shield up this Cross Chop. They actually come into a Talonflame. So they get a free Incinerate. That is obviously not ideal. We are going to have to shield up this Flame Charge. We've got 2 shields. Time to start using them. And now, just before they get to the next Flame Charge, I am going to fire off this Icicle Sphere. I really hope this does KO. It does not, but the opponent overtaps. So thank you very much. As you don't know how to use Talonflame, we'll take the victory. GG's and thanks for playing. Moving on into the next battle, we see another XL Abuser and another lost lead. So you already know I'm looking to catch. I don't catch on Snorlax because we all know this opponent is going to bait. So you may as well catch the resisted Bubble Beam on the Walrus. Once again, they come in with a Scrafty. So the ABB trap is working, but we are getting pretty fucked up with hard counters. I'm going to go for these back-to-back Icicle Spheres and just get this thing low, and then I'm going to have to come in with my Zard, shield once, and try and farm down. But the problem is, with being debuffed, they're not really in farm down range, so this is an ideal spot to be in, but we're going to see if we can play our way out of it. So I am going to shield up this foul play, and I'm going to look to see if I can farm down, but they actually switch out into a Jellicent. So once again, we're going to catch on Snorlax. We are catching all the moves, not feelings over here. So this big pink fluffy jellyfish is quite low. We're just going to commit completely to the lick down. We're going to get debuffed about 6 million times, but we will leave with a lot of energy. So they are going to debuff us for the 3rd time. You absolutely love to see it, but we will manage to lick down. If they come back in with the Scrafty, I am going to fire off a superpower. I see the fight in dark typing, so I go straight for this superpower. We are really debuffed, but this is where you're going to see me make a mistake. My switch timer isn't up yet. I should have just continued to lick. My switch timer now pops up, so I fired off a 4-time debuffed body slam, which did absolutely fuck all, and that is really going to cost us. The opponent calls the bait as well. We get this thing fairly low. We do manage to get to a Dragon Claw. I'm hoping to get to the back-to-back, but I think one Poison Jab will take us out. So we draw 1 shield. We're 1 Dragon Breath away from taking them out, and you can see that if I would have fired off back-to-back body slams without being debuffed, we would actually win this match despite getting absolutely fucked up with hard counters. So we are going to be 1 fast move away from winning this match despite having no alignment. That shows you how strong Shadow Pokemon are in Ultra League. GG's to that opponent. So moving on into the next battle, we see a lead against Swampert, and once again, like a genius, we catch the resisted Hydro Cannon on the Walrus. They come into Tangrowth. What the heck am I looking at? We love the big bush, but who the fuck runs that in Ultra League other than me? So obviously this player as well is a man of culture. So we are going to go for this Icicle Sphere. The opponent's shields will outpace him to the second Icicle Sphere. I'm really hoping this KOs, and they live on 1 HP and a dream. I'm not going to go down 2 shields. I'm just going to let it go. I'm going to come back in with Charizard and commit to the farm down. So let's see if we can play our way out of this one. Once again, I attempt to catch. The opponent isn't that stupid this time. They're not going to let me catch twice. They bring in Venusaur. Shadow Snorlax beats Venusaur in the 0 shields. So I'm going to go straight for this body slam. And we are going to outpace them to a second body slam. Will the opponent commit their final shield? Let's find out. Big thick boy spamming out charge moves. In comes Swampert. They are going to have to throw, or we will get to a body slam. So can we see Charizard as a Swampert counter confirm? We're about to find out. I'm going to shield up this Hydro Cannon, as this would KO, as Shadow Charizard is really glassy. We're at the back-to-back Dragon Claw. First one will grab the shield, and second one is going to be enough to take this game. So once again, we have no alignment, but we win the match. GG's, and thanks for playing. Moving on into the final battle of the video, we pick up a lead against Giratina. The whole team absolutely pisses on this thing. However, as we are ABB, I'll catch the Dragon Claw on Snorlax. They switch out into a Charmer. So you already know this toxic mofo is going to be running Giratina double charm. And that's pretty good for us, as we pretty much wreck that team. So we do grab a shield here. I'm going to just fire off this body slam, get this thing fairly low, and then I am going to come in with Charizard and look to try and commit to the resisted Dragon Breath farm down, as leaving with close to 100 energy will absolutely fuck up the opponent's backline. We shield up the Psyshock. You can see these Dragon Breaths are doing hardly anything. Unfortunately, they do get to another charge move. I'm going to double shield, because if they bring in the second Charmer, they're going to be scared of Blast Burn. If they bring back out the Giratina, they definitely are going to be scared of these Dragon Claws. They're absolutely going to start shredding. So first Dragon Claw, they let go through. Second Dragon Claw is going to do fairly big damage. They actually shield it up. They switch out into the Clefable, and guess what? Charizard is bulky enough to Blast Burn your fucking ass. Get wrecked, Clefable. Switch out now into the Walrus. We outpace them to the Icicle Sphere. Icicle Sphere, see you later, Clefable, and Giratina has nowhere to go. So GG's, and thanks for playing. So those were the battles with this team. You can see the 2 battles I actually lost. I could have won. So we could have went pretty much perfect. However, a few minor misplays here and there, but this is the first time I've ever used this team, and the first Ultra League battles I've done in a while. So I'd highly recommend this team. It absolutely rips through even all these XL abusers. Shadow Charizard, you absolute monster. Shadow Walrus, you absolute monster. And of course, Shadow Snorlax, the ever reliable bulk master. So if you enjoyed the battles, I'd appreciate if you dropped a like and a comment down below, as the channel is starting to grow now. I'd just like to say thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.